Hello everyone, I'm Vaishnavi from grade 11 and today I'll be teaching you S block elements. So today this video is part 2, so please watch part 1 and come back to part 2. So in part 2 I'll be teaching about group 2 elements and the anomalous behavior of beryllium. So let's start. Group 2 elements. They are also known as alkaline earth metals because they are found in the Earth's crust. Their electronic configuration is represented with noble gas and Ns2. So as you see in this table, this is the electronic configuration of each and every element. So beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. Next is atomic radius. It increases down the group due to increase in shells as we go down the group. So over here this is telling that atomic radius increases as we go down the group because the number of shells increase. Like over here you can see there is a shell increase, like there are increasing, it's going on increasing downwards. So due to that there is an increase in atomic radius. Ionization enthalpy. It decreases down the group due to increase in atomic size. So ionization enthalpy is the removal of electron from the outermost shell. So as we go down, the number of shells are increasing, which means there is a lot of difference distance between the nucleus and the electron, the outermost electron. So due to the distance between them, it is easy to remove the electron. Next is hydration enthalpy. Hydration enthalpy of alkali metal ions decrease with increase in ionic size. So this is also same as ionization enthalpy, as it decreases down the group with increase in atomic size. Now we'll see the physical properties of group 2 elements. They have low electron affinity. Group 1 elements are less reactive than group 2 elements. Its valence shell contains 2 electrons and they have low electronegativity. Compounds of alkaline metals are often insoluble in water. So that means they are not soluble. Even though you mix them in water, they won't get mixed with it. Alkaline metals are usually shiny and silvery. They have ions with 2 plus charge, like they have a positive charge, and they are mostly in solid form. They are hard, dense, and stronger, and they are found in the Earth's crust, as we know that by the name itself. Next is chemical properties. Reactivity towards air and water. So each and every element in this group reacts differently with water. Some react in the vapor form, some react at room temperature, and some react at cold water form. So let's see which one does react with what. So beryllium reacts with hot steam, which is a hot vapor. Magnesium also with hot steam. Calcium with normal water at room temperature itself it reacts. But calcium is very vigorous that fire starts coming and the container becomes really very hot. Next is strontium. Strontium reacts with cold water. Even barium reacts with cold water. So the basic thing that we need to know is over here, every element over here in this group react with water to form hydroxide and dihydrogen. So as you see in all of them, it's the same. It is calcium plus water gives calcium hydroxide plus dihydrogen. Strontium plus water gives strontium hydroxide plus dihydrogen and so on. Next is reactivity towards the halogens. So as you know, halogens is group 17 elements, which is consisting of chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine, and all. So the basic reactivity between them is over here M is the group 2 elements, which is this boron, magnesium, calcium, strontium, and barium. And X2 is nothing but the halogens. So when they react, this is what is formed. But this is not applicable for beryllium because it reacts a bit differently. So over here for beryllium, it is actually BeO plus carbon plus chlorine gives BeCl2 plus CO. CO over here is carbon monoxide. So this is what the reaction is when it reacts with chlorine. It doesn't reacts directly with the halogen. It needs a extra compound like extra elements like oxygen and carbon to react and form a halogen reaction. Next is reactivity towards hydrogen. So over here it's in the form metal plus hydrogen. It gives metal hydride. So this is how it reacts with all the metals. Next one is reactivity towards acids. So over here M is again the metal, HCl is an acid, and when it reacts it forms MCl. It can be beryllium chloride, calcium chloride, anything it can be, with dihydrogen. So these are the products when it is reacted with acids. Next is solution in liquid ammonia. The alkali metals dissolve in liquid ammonia, giving deep blue solution which are conducting in nature. So when these metals react with ammonia, they give a deep blue solution and they become conductors, like they can conduct electricity and heat. So this is the equation over here for that. Next is the anomalous behavior of beryllium. So anomalous behavior means some unique behavior, something different from other elements in its group. So that is always the head elements of the group. Like in group 1, head element is lithium. So lithium had a different behavior as compared to the other elements. Even beryllium over here is having, because it's the head element of the group. So the reason why it is having a different behavior is because it is small in size. That means it has a small ionic radii, and it has high ionization enthalpy and electronegativity. These are the reasons why it shows a different behavior. Next is the similarities between beryllium and aluminium. So they form covalent compounds and these react with only acids. I mean, these does not react with acids. So yeah, so the similarities between beryllium and aluminium are they form covalent bonds. So that means they share their electrons. They don't give away their electrons. They share and bond with each different elements. And they don't react with acids. There won't be any reaction even though you react with them. So yeah. Thank you, and I hope everyone understood this chapter very well. And if there are any doubts, please do let me know. And see you all in the next video. Thank you.